Hey guys, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering TCG booster opening with here at the Games Repository. Once again, we have Journey into Nyx. Let's dive in. Start by removing our marketing card, or this time, another 1/3 spider with reach token. Okay, kicking off we have Aspect of Gorgon. 2 colours, 1 black. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3 and has Death Touch. Not a bad little enchantment. Possibly useful in the draft. The Death Touch could be useful for as a blocker. Won't see much play in Constructed though, I don't think. A Crow and Mastiff. 3 colourless, 1 white. 2/2, 1 white tap target creature. Particularly useful in draft when you absolutely have to try and get creatures through a blockade that your opponent set up. Again, probably not so much use in Constructed. Oakheart Dryads. 2 colours, 1 green for a 2/3. Constellation, another one of the new keywords in this set. Whenever Oakheart Dryads or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +1/+1 to the end of turn. Useful if you've managed to draft a large amount of enchantment creatures or auras, and could also be useful in a draft deck where you've got lucky and managed to get your hands on a lot of enchantments. Not so useful as an early pick, but as the packs go around and it turns out you have lots of enchantments, could be worth picking up. Farrakha's Chosen. 1 black, 1/1, Death Touch. Nice basic creature for 1 mana with an ability. Could be useful early game draft. Don't think it'll see a lot of play in Constructed though. Flamespeaker's Will. 1 red, enchant creature control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice Flamespeaker's Will. If you do, destroy target artifact. A very slow way to blow up one of your opponent's artifacts. Only useful in very strict circumstances. Pin to the Earth. 1 colourless, 1 blue. Enchanted creature gets -6, -0. A slight blue control spell where a particularly damaging creature with evasion is going to beat your face in. This will hopefully slow it down, if not stop it. Not bad in draft, but again, probably won't see a huge amount of play. Flurry of Horns. 4 colourless, 1 red. Put 2/3 red Minotaur creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield. 5 mana, you're getting 2 creatures at 2/3 power and toughness with an ability each. Not a bad card, could surprise people in draft, or if choosing to play Constructed Minotaurs. Though I think this card's power is in Sealed and Draft, where you've managed to get hold of a number of Minotaur cards already. Sigilled Skink. 1 colourless, 1 red for a 2/1. Whenever Sigilled Skink attacks, scry 1. Not a bad little creature. Good mana cost for a good power and toughness, and allows you to scry whenever it attacks. If your opponent doesn't deal with it, you might well end up being able to sort your draws out for a long time to come. Probably another draft. Could see play in some Constructed decks. Mostly as a budget card. Oppressive Rays. 1 white. Enchanted creature can't attack or block unless its controller pays 3. Activate the ability of enchanted creature costs 3 more to activate. A cheap version of Pacifism/Arrest. I quite like this card. It's quite cheap white control. Particularly useful in Sealed and Draft. Thassa's Ire. 1 blue for enchantment. 3 colourless, 1 blue. You may tap or untap target creature. This again could be very useful in the draft as a way to stop your opponents being able to block or attack you. Storm Chaser Chimera. 2 colourless, 1 blue, 1 red. Flying, 2/3. 2 colours, 1 blue, 1 red. Scry 1. Then reveal the top card of your library. Storm Chaser Chimera gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is that card's converted mana cost. This fella I really like for draft or Sealed. has evasion, has a good mana cost for a good power, and an ability that allows it to pump itself to deal damage. This guy will beat face early game. Agent of Erebos. 3 colourless, 1 black, 2/2 with Constellation. Whenever Agent of Erebos or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Effective against graveyard themes, although I don't recall it being particularly strong in this block. Don't think this guy will play a lot of... will be a particularly useful card. We come to our rare. Dawnbringer Charioteers. 2 colourless, 2 white, for a 2/4 with flying and lifelink. And Heroic. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Dawnbringer Charioteers, put a +1/+1 counter on Dawnbringer Charioteers. This fella could be very useful in both constructed and limited, because he's got an efficient mana cost for a creature with evasion and a reasonable power and toughness. Could be good in blue-white control decks, and its heroic ability just adds a little bit extra if you've got particularly useful auras. Here we have a foil Aerial Formation. 1 blue, Strive. Aerial Formation costs 2 colours and 1 blue more to cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each get +1/+1 and gain flying till end of turn. Great way to get through an attack to finish your opponent off. Very useful in draft again. Could be useful in some constructed decks that absolutely must deal damage. Here we have our lovely planes. If I was to draft from this deck, I would find it very hard to pick between Dawnbringer Charioteers and Stormchaser Chimera. Very much depends what colours you've already drafted, but you couldn't go wrong with either pick. Thanks guys, and until next time.